Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Thank you very much for joining me in this video, and today we are going to be taking out from Newcastle upon Tyne. We're going to be taking out a reservoir tank to Perth. It's going to be quite, as a matter of fact, it's going to be quite a profitable journey. Look at this: £30 per mile. £30 per mile, £36 per mile, 65 quid per mile. That's going to be brilliant, and it's the most. It's going to give us the most, and it seems to be the shortest. Yeah, it's pretty much the shortest hop. So that's going to be that's nice. That's very nice, because if you look at this, it's actually, I suppose, it's a bit longer than the one going from Newcastle to Icebjerg. Is it Icebjerg? Icebjerg. Which is taking some yogurt. Sorry, had to do that. Anyway, we're going to set that as the GPS destination and get ourselves underway. And in this video, once it loads in, I think I'm going to be probably talking a little bit about Professor Stephen Hawking, I think, given that he died a few days ago. And, you know, he was a very interesting fellow, very, very special person, and he inspired a lot of people like myself with his ideas of space. So yeah, maybe I'll say a few quotes by him or something. Actually, we go that way then, it seems, or something like that. But very, very special fellow, very, very special man, and yeah. I'm going to pull out in front of this Audi just because I can. Right, hang on a minute. Where am I going to pick this up? Okay, I need to just double check to make sure that we are going to the right place to pick this up. But yes, Professor Stephen Hawking. Wait a minute. Stop. We want to go there. It wants us to go there. That is kind of silly. I'm gonna do a 3-point turn. Yeah, I'm gonna do a 3-point turn here. So I mean, for people, I know it's I was gonna say, for people who don't know who Stephen Hawking is, but to be completely honest, I think everybody knows who Stephen Hawking is. Where am I supposed to be able to do a 3-point turn here? I literally cannot do a 3-point turn. Great, I'm stuck on this road. Well, that Audi overtook me. Stephen Hawking, British scientist, regarded as one of the smartest men of all time. Cosmologist, theoretical physicist, a lot of work on quantum theories. Hawking radiation is a type of radiation, a black body radiation, I believe, black holes. A type of radiation that's emitted from black holes that he discovered. And of course, he is someone who hasn't been able to speak for many, many years. So yeah, very, very special, very, very special person. Very funny person, very, very funny person. I mean, one of his famous quotes is life would be tragic if it wasn't so funny. And you know, that's saying something. I can't believe I'm going out here to come back into the town. That's silly. But yeah, I think one of his famous quotes, life would be tragic if it wasn't so funny. And you know, the thing is, and this is kind of important, the thing that people have to think about is that he was someone who couldn't speak. He had motor neuron disease. He was an incredibly ill person. He struggled to do a lot of things. You know, eating was a struggle for him. Sleeping, how would he sleep? He couldn't. In his terms of speaking, the only way he would speak. Alright, I don't know why this guy is giving me way, but I'm going to take it because I've got no choice. Thank you, Mr. Renault. That one has beacon lights. So yeah, but he still managed to persevere. He still managed to share his knowledge of the world with or his knowledge with the rest of the world. You know, his ideas about radiation, his ideas about black holes, the Big Bang Theory. He's very well known for this theory, the Big Bang Theory. And I'm not talking about the TV show, although I know he did appear on the TV show. I haven't actually seen the Big Bang Theory. I don't tend to watch that much television, but you know, he appeared on these shows. I know he appeared in Star Trek. That I have seen. And he made light of it. He made light of situations, but his personality was so profound and so remarkable that I truly think that we have lost a very great scientist in that sense, but I think we've lost a really good human being as well, in a genuine sense. Yes, okay, he wasn't perfect. I mean, nobody generally is perfect. He certainly wasn't perfect, but you know, it's a terrible loss. But in his own words as well, if humans, I'm going to paraphrase him because I can't remember the exact quote now, but if humanity lived forever, or if human life lived forever, he said something about all the ultimate theories of the universe would be solved, and there would be nothing for future generations to do. So, you know, in that sense, like, oh, we've been here before. In that sense, life goes on in that kind of sense. And of course, many people are following on from his work, his friends, his colleagues, his students. He taught at Cambridge University. I think, unfortunately, I never had a chance to be taught by Professor Hawking, but one of my friends from college, he was a student of Professor Hawking's. He had a few lectures with him. So yeah, unfortunately, I never had the opportunity to sit in one of his lectures, which is I think that's a shame for me. This is going to be buggy again, isn't it? I was trying to fix this before this video, but looks like it doesn't want to be fixed. All right, we can connect this up though. There we go. Right, I tell you what, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. Alright, so 16 grand, that's going to be nice and easy for us. But yeah, we're talking about, you know, he built upon Einstein's theory of general relativity. The work he did, I've read some of his papers, or I've had a, you know, whatever I could read. It's been a long time since I've done that, but let's take a picture sort of like that. I mean, nice and easy, very simple picture. For some reason it looks out of focus. I'm not sure why. There we go. Very simple picture. Alright, 24 grand in the bank. Should be nice and easy. Tell you what, should we run this with beacons? Let's just pull out slightly, and we'll see if we can run this with beacons. But you know, he had a lot of views on a number of things. And I think it's quite remarkable, some of the views that he had. Right, let's have a look. If I were to switch on, I don't think maybe we don't need to run beacons on this. I don't think we need to run beacons on it, but I want to. In that sense, I want to run beacons for the first time, but I don't think we need to. So, right, we shan't, because there isn't a beacon. Look, when I switch on, there isn't a beacon here. Right. So yeah, he had a lot of views on a lot of things, and you know, I agree with some, and I disagree with some, and that's normal. You know, people agree with views of some people, people disagree with views of some people. Nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, he's a scientist, but he's also a human, and as a human, he has the right to make his own decisions, and he was a very smart human, so, you know, more often than not, people agreed with him than disagreed. But it was a different sort of setup, or a different sort of thinking with him. For example, another one of his quotes that I do know is, the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, it's the illusion of knowledge. And that's a really smart quote, because if you think about it, it is. If you think you know something, then that's the enemy of knowledge, in the sense that you're never going to learn, because you think you already know it. So the idea of continually learning was something that I think he was a champion of, saying, you know, it's not the fact that you can't be ignorant and think you know everything, when you may, you know, it's a very real possibility that you may not know everything. And that's what that statement basically says. The ignorance, the greatest enemy of knowledge is not the lack of knowledge or the ignorance. You know, it's not ignorance, but it's the illusion. Sorry. So it's not knowing something. That's ignorance. Not knowing something is ignorance. Nothing wrong with ignorance in that sense of you can go and learn. It's possible for you to learn. Can I shift this down a gear? There we go. You can go out and learn, and people are, you know, it's not wrong to say that people are ignorant out in the world. It's true. Everyone is ignorant about something or other. You know, it's just oh, actually, I can stay on this side. Never mind. It's just a fact of life that everyone is ignorant about something or other. You know, I am ignorant about certain things. Whoever's watching this will be ignorant about other things. But that's not the... Wow, this is a terrible turn in. That's not the problem. That's not a wow, and it's really bumpy. Really, really bumpy. That's not a problem, because people can learn, and that's the idea. People will learn, but to be ignorant, to assume you already know everything, now that is where you're not going to be able to learn anymore, because you're like, well, I already know this, so what have I got to learn? And that is exactly the enemy of knowledge, because then you will never learn. You'll never have your eyes opened, because you assume you know it all. And that's a very profound quote. I feel a very, very profound quote, very important. You know, there are other quotes he said. I mean, this one I think this describes me in a sense as well. My goal is simple. It is a complete understanding of the universe, why it is as it is, and what is it? Why does it exist, or something like that, or why it exists at all? That's it. So my goal is simple. It's a complete understanding of the universe, why it is as it is, and why it exists at all. Now, I think that, you know, even if you're I know that Stephen Hawking was agnostic or atheist at points in his life. Sometimes he believed in God, sometimes he disbelieved in God, sometimes he doubted the existence of God, and, you know, that's okay. You can respect him for that, regardless of whether you believe in a God or not. You can respect him for that. But I think that drove him further to wanting to know, to be able to prove or disprove something or anything. Why does the universe exist? Why is everything as it is? Why is the grass green? You know, people study this. Why is the grass green? Why is the sky blue? We study this. Everyone does. You know, we learn in school that the grass is green due to the chlorophyll. We learn the sky is blue due to refraction of light. You know, with blue light being of a higher wavelength and red light being of a lower wavelength, therefore the blue light is scattered more as it bounces across particles, and so on and so forth. Sorry, I'm going all physics on you guys. This is a very nice drive, though. But Stephen Hawking went a little bit further, and he wanted to know everything, and that's, you know, I think that's fantastic. I have that mindset. I want to know why everything is as it is. I may not be good at everything, and I certainly am not good at everything, but I would like to know why everything is as it is. I'm sorry about the head movement. It is a little bit problematic. Do I know any other quotes? Oh, actually, I know one quote that's kind of means, or kind of is important now, given recent events. But I'm going to say the quote, but I'm not going to cause any controversy by saying where this applies as of late. But I'm sure if people follow the news and as such, they will probably know where it applies. Come on, 7th. That's what I want. I'm having difficulty getting into 7th today for some reason. That's the 3rd time I've had difficulty getting into 7th. But something about people who boast about their IQs are losers. That's all I'm going to say on that quote. You know what? This is a lovely drive. So, he had some good quotes, but I think what he's shown as a person. Let's see if I can get into 7th better over here. That's better. It's still a bit slow. I think as a person, what he's shown is that regardless of the sort of, you might be ill, his disability was, oh look, we're at the England-Scotland border. Should we take a picture here? Let's take a picture here, why not? I think he showed that regardless of what illness you may have had, you may not be able to talk, but if you have knowledge, then there has to be a way for you to be able to share it. And I think that's kind of what he showed the world, that he had knowledge. He was, we can't, there's no beating around the bush with it. He had a disability. He was disabled. And people might say, oh, he was just disabled physically. Yes, but that's still a disability. He was disabled, but he showed that even with a disability, he had the knowledge that he wanted to share, and he didn't stop at anything to ensure that he shared that knowledge. And that's really something. That's really something, and I think he is an inspiration to people who have disabilities all over the world. I think he's an inspiration. This should be a 60-mile-an-hour road, by the way. But he's an inspiration to everyone across the world who has disabilities, to show that they can do whoa, what's going on here? They can do just as well as anybody else. There is nothing that stops them from doing just as well as anybody else in certain fields. Of course, yes, you're not going to... Why is this guy braking so much? Yes, okay, you're not going to be a Usain Bolt. Yes, that's true. This is a fantastic road. It's a shame it's so busy. You're not going to be a Usain Bolt, sure, but that doesn't mean that you can't be a Paralympian. You've got your own way of inspiring. You've got your own way of doing things, and that's something that he inspired people to do, and he inspired engineers and scientists like myself to explore, to learn. That's something special as well. And he's not the only one, of course. He's not the only one at all. I don't know why this guy is braking so much. Look, no one's braking in front of him, but he seems to be braking. It's causing me problems, that's for sure. But yeah, I think remarkable guy. And of course, to be named alongside, if you think about it, he's named alongside Sir Isaac Newton, Galileo Galilei, Albert Einstein. Those are names that children know across the world. They may not know what they're known for. They may not know what they did. These are old Roman walls. Incredible. But these are names that children know, and Stephen Hawking is another name that in the future will be known to all children. I think is the man who defied medical assessments You know, they told him he had, what, 2 years to live, I think. He defied medical assessments and showed the world just how smart he was, and that's kind of special. That really is kind of special. So yeah, I have massive respect for the fellow, and I think it's a sad loss to the world. But life does go on, as he says himself. Life does go on, and we must continue to strive to improve ourselves, to improve our being, our person, and to maybe have a view on life somewhat like he did, somewhat like many people across the world have. Not just scientists, not just engineers, but or not just physicists or anything like that, but you know, ordinary people, you and I, have across the world. That we have a view of peace and harmony and trying to do the right thing and respecting other people for their beliefs, for their thoughts, and trying to make just trying to get things in the best way possible, trying to make things right. But anyway, that's a bit of a ramble about Stephen Hawking and a few of his quotes. I'm going to end this video here. I believe this is a good time to end it. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Euro Truck Simulator 2. I've got to take a photo right here, right now. Leave a comment in the comments box below. If you've got other Stephen Hawking quotes, then yeah, please do leave them in the comments box below. I know that there's loads of quotes for him, and you know, your thoughts on him. What did you think? Did you think he was a special person? Did he have any impact on your life? Did you read his papers? That's a really nice Audi. It's an RS5, right? RS5. That's lovely, that is. With the backlights, could you do with improvement? It's got the right registration as well. 59 reg would be around what we had there. But you know, did you read any of his papers? Are you a scientist, maybe? What do you think of his work? Or did you admire him as a person, or did you not? You know, some people did you not really care. That's completely all right as well. You know, just another person who died. It happens every day, and you know that I can understand and respect that too, because it does happen every day, and people are dying all over the world, and yeah, it's a bit of a sober end actually. Probably not the kind of end that I was hoping for this video, but there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and do support me on Patreon. www.patreon.com/ecgadget. You'll find that in the description box below. Thank you very much, and in the next video we should finish off this delivery to Perth and then see what else we can find.